What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck here again. All right, so we have an update that Unlimited Freedom provided that I wanted to check out and react to really quickly before I start my actual next major video that I'm about to post up. I want you guys to be on the lookout for that as well, because it's going to be a good one. Interesting video, but a good one nonetheless. But I wanted to check this out. I know I did a almost 2-hour reaction video last week to one of his updates, and this time I actually was listening to his video on the way to take my kids to school, and it was quite comical. I mean, the kids and I started laughing, so we was just tripping out over the video and you know the sound noise effects or whatever he was making in it. I thought it was funny, but I wanted to do just a reaction because I actually think that of all of the people that report on Novatech from an angle of being a part of that scam and expecting some sort of payout, his has to be the most neutral that I could find. And I say neutral meaning that he's not completely out of touch with reality when it comes to Novatech. It's not like, you know, some of these people out here just brainwashed, and it's just like logic and reasoning has left their minds. They're gone. They're not on earth anymore mentally. So it's hard to, even if you're trying to just stay neutral and just get information. And, you know, I have said many a times, and I still believe it, Novatech is a scam. And it's not because of my presumption or assumption or perception. It's because they have 2 cease and desist orders that actually justify that. And you're not going to get cease and desist orders for securities fraud if you're not scamming or defrauding anyone. So I always say, if you don't believe that Novatech is a scam, read the cease and desist orders. Why would a federal court and a federal judge tell you to stop committing fraud if you were not committing fraud? They have to have evidence to even sign and issue that order, that restraint order, to get you to cease and desist with any and all activities, especially the ones relating to fraud. So that's pretty much that. I mean, and you can easily go to these courthouses, I guess, and think you bad enough to go up to these judges and try to tell them that, you know, well, you're not a part of it, so I don't know, how can you say that? It's evidence, and this is the legal world, and things in this world make sense because we read information, we take in evidence, and we go with that. We don't, you know, it sucks to hear that people are losing their money to this scam. But, you know, the things that you guys are saying in these videos, none of you would be bold enough to go to these federal judges and tell them that. You know, you're not going to tell a federal judge, well, you're not in it, so you don't know. Oh, okay. Good luck to that. Hold you in contempt of court just for pissing him off. Like, you never go to a courthouse and tell a federal judge that. So no one's trying to sway you from your opinion, but so far, legally speaking, and based on evidence and documentation, Novatech is a scam. That's it. But I do enjoy listening to some of his videos sometimes, especially when he gets animated. I feel his pain. I know he's frustrated, you know, but anyway, let's check this out, and then I'll, you know, give some commentary this time after the video is over.
And we are rolling. What's up, guys? Welcome to Unlimited Freedom. This is Vaughn with Unlimited Freedom, and today I'm going to be getting into an update about Novatech. Okay, this is going to be a quick Novatech update, and what I want to address here, okay, is one of these latest messages, okay, from Novatech leadership. Okay, and so what I want to do is I want to kind of play it for you guys, you know, break it down a little bit, let you know kind of my perspective on that, and also kind of invite you to share your perspective on what you think is going on with the current situation. Before we do, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and I am not your financial advisor, okay? I'm just a guy who comes on here. I talk about what I'm doing in a lot of different areas. I deal with cryptocurrency on here, crypto platforms, Forex trading, high-frequency Forex trading, the stock market, dividend stocks, a little bit of real estate. So we got a lot going on here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, okay? And the reason why it's a network is because on here, on this side of the internet, we talk about diversification. So we don't want to have all our eggs in the same basket, okay? You don't want to put all your time, all your energy, all your money, all of your substance into one platform. Your money, all of your substance into one platform, only to have it rug pull, only to have it start to slow pay, only to have it go away, only to have it get shut down, only to just have something happen, right? Something happens and you had all this invested into this one thing, and now it's gone kaput, and so has your money, right? And you don't want that to be you. You don't want to be in that situation. So that's why on here I talk about diversification. So it's a network. We're not just dealing with one platform. Okay, we deal with multiple platforms. We deal with multiple skills, right? And this is about gaining long-term wealth, okay? Something that you can grow over time, something that you can use, spend, have, whatever you need, right? And it never comes from just one source, guys. If you got 7 streams of income and one of them goes away, it still hurts, but hey, you still got 6 more, okay? If you don't...
Well, my only thing with that is, and I just, I have to be realistic. When I hear someone say that, everybody doesn't have money to spread out into 6, 7 different platforms like that. Sometimes people just only have enough to just do 1 or 2 things. And so what you'll see is, especially when you're not keen on how to invest, you'll try to dump a bunch of money into one thing, hoping that you can hurry up and get a huge ROI or return on your investment. And many people don't have the patience to allow their money to grow bit by bit. So the first thing is, don't be greedy, have patience, and don't expect huge returns out the gate. And then forget, like, if something does happen, like he said, you have a rug pull or a pyramid scheme to collapse or a scam to fall apart because the owners have gone to prison. You don't want to have all your money tied up into one thing. But most times people do that, even if you do have a little, extra funding to be able to invest into something. You see people invest in $10,000, $20,000 into something, a scam like Novatech. And then what happens is, because you get blinded by these huge returns that aren't realistic on any level, and all you're getting is basically a percentage of other people's money, because that's how this scam works. You get blinded by that. You get greedy too fast, too quick. And all quick money isn't good money. That means that as fast as you think it's coming to you, it could be just as fast as it's taken away. So the best thing to do is, if you have $5,000 to invest, first off, look up investments, how to invest, how to purchase stocks, and then search real legitimate investment companies. I literally am constantly, Googling real investment companies and real stocks to purchase, legitimate trades. You may not like SEC regulations, but the SEC regulations keep scams out of our financial system, out of our economy. Nobody wants to see the United States, except our enemies, become the 1980 version of Albania, where their entire country's economy collapsed because of one dumb scam. Nobody wants to see that happen in a major country and a major power like the United States, unless you're an enemy of this nation. So you should want some regulation, because honestly, whether you want to admit it or not, you want that valuation. You want these stocks to be worth US dollars so that you can get a higher profit. Well, you can't really do that if our economy is crashing because everything infiltrated into our financial system is a scam or fake or has no value to it. So, yes, you should want some oversight to keep that from happening. If you don't understand finances and investments, then you won't understand that concept as to how one dumb scam could literally cause the collapse of an entire nation's economy. And that has happened. That is a part of history. Unfortunately, in Albania in the late 80s. This was just 30 years ago. And it took years for that country to get their economy back on track. It would be harder for a country like the US, but it's not impossible. So always look that up. Always research and tap into legitimate investment companies. I mean, it's not worth it because this is a headache. People are stressed out. It's not worth it to put your money into a scam. Go get it into a real investment company. All right.
Then that income that you're counting on, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do if it goes away? So it's just common sense. But also, it's not what we were trained to think, and it's not how we were raised to think. So there's a little bit of conditioning that we have to go against to get to the place where we're able to be diversified. I agree with that. Okay, now, all of the platforms that I talk about here are in the description to this video. So underneath this video, there's a description of the video. And on that description of the video, it says more, or it says more info, whatever. You click the description, you click more info, boom. It opens up a drop-down menu, and there you can see every single opportunity that I'm a part of. There's a link to every opportunity that I talk about on here. So you don't just have...
I just personally think a lot of his opportunities are pyramid schemes or MLMs that could be more scamish than it should be. But, you know, if you don't want to go with a real investment company, like I said, all fast money isn't good money. And yeah, it's up to you.
To take it from me, you can actually go there, click the link, or copy and paste the link into your browser. You can go directly to the source and you can see what the deal is. You can do your own due diligence, right? So links are all in the description. Also, my book, The Power of Leadership. I did this book with Matt Morris. We did it last year, 2022, Power of Leadership. I did a chapter, Matt did a chapter, and it's got chapters from other amazing entrepreneurs. Okay, so if you're interested in business, if you're interested in entrepreneurship, starting your own thing, you want to get some sauce, you want to get some inspiration, you can get that book. It's on Amazon. The link is in the description. Now, guys, do me a favor. Before I crack into the content, please smash that like button if you get some value out of what I'm doing here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every single time I release a new video. Drop me a comment, right? I love reading your guys' comments, especially on these Novatech videos, because it helps me to see where you guys are at, right? Where you're at in your journey. Are you receiving your payments? Are you still not receiving your payments? What's going on? I want to know, right? And also at 12 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, every single Friday, we go live. We go live here on the Unlimited Freedom Network, where I go through your guys' comments and I randomly select some comments and we just address those live on the broadcast, right? And it's also a great time because you guys can get in the chat and you can ask me questions and make comments live. So it's a lot of fun. Now, let's go ahead and get cracking into this content. The main thing that I want to do on this video, guys, is I want to kind of play this message. I think it's a message from DAP. And I want to play it, and then I want to kind of crack into it. And, you know, I'm going to have at least one pet peeve with this message. So, you know, I don't know what you guys think, but I'm going to tell you what I think about it. And, yeah, so without further ado, guys, let's crack into that. Here we go.
The hell?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to share some information with you guys regarding the commissions that were not correct last week. It was corrected yesterday. And if all of you go into your commission history for everyone that shares the opportunity and receives a check match, all you have to do is go into your commission history and you will see the difference of what you were missing last week. It will be calculated in this week's commissions. Okay, so if you see a check match for this week already showing, that is the difference of what you were missing from last week. So it's all taken care of. So guess what? You're going to have a bigger paycheck this week comes Saturday when we all receive our commission.
I thought they only gave our money once a month.
As well, for those of you that may not understand the English language. All right?
Yeah.
Thanks, bye.
So there's the message. Okay, there's the message, guys. And,
okay.
You know, the reason, one of the reasons why I wanted to play that is just to kind of
ridiculous.
show you the attitude of some of the leadership, man. You know, it's still this attitude of, well,
he is so mad.
It's just this coming from this place of our investors are stupid, right? Our investors are annoying, right? The guy's clearly irritated with the investors. You know, just in case you can't understand the English language, right? Like we're idiots, right? Like we're morons. And the funny thing is, right before he makes this disparaging remark, right, and this down-talking comment to his own people, okay? He goes on this tangent about the commissions and how, yeah, the commission didn't come in and, you know, that got messed up and this got messed up, but we're going to fix it, but not right now, but it's going to be fixed on Saturday. You know, this huge, long, confusing message, and he's like...
Wait a minute, I thought that they were only paying you people once a month now. What's the new standard for this? I cannot, I'm not even trying to keep up. That's why I don't. And I watch videos like this to try to figure out what's happening here. Because I just can't. I'm not going to invest time trying to keep up with a scam. But I thought they were only paying you people once a month now. Was that not the thing that she said on April 1st? So now they went back to weekly payouts? How does this go? What the hell is happening?
Oh, and I'll text it too for those of you who don't speak English, you morons. Right? It's basically what he's saying. So first he was talking about how incompetent his company is, that they can't even get small things right. They keep having one problem after the other. They're completely incompetent. And then at the end, he calls his investors idiots, basically. I mean, am I taking that wrong?
Well, he been saying that.
So, and that's just the mean, aggressive, irritated spirit that has been behind a lot of these Novatech announcements.
Oh, yeah.
So it just blows my mind that instead of being contrite, instead of being humble, instead of admitting that you made a mistake and saying, hey, we made a mistake, I apologize. Here's what we're going to do in the future to fix it. We're going to do A, B, C, and D. No, can't do that. You got to get on there and make some snarky remark about how your people are too stupid to understand this confusing, convoluted, ridiculous message.
He's so mad.
Because it can be described as nothing else other than ridiculous.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
So you're supposed to start fixing things in April, and instead of that, there's just more problems, right? More problems on top of more problems.
Of course, it's a scam.
The slow pay, you know, the $25 fee. Like, who cares about the $25 fee anyway?
They do.
And you can't even get that right. You can't even get that right.
Oh, Lordy. Lord have mercy. Look at him. Poor baby.
It's just a form of communication, guys. It's just a form of communication. Right?
Oh, my God. Y'all can tell he's so frustrated. Look at that look. He breathing deep. And this is my thing here. You know, it's going to be an issue from now on, seemingly every week, because they keep switching the parameters up every week. Last time they said, and then when I watched this video, they said that they were only going to be paying once a month. And then they were going to increase the percentage that you get back over the course of 3 months. Now it's, you couldn't get your money because there was something with the $25 ordeal. Now it's, we fixed it. And you'll see the difference of what you didn't get last week plus what you get this week. So you'll get a bigger paycheck. Okay. So what's going to happen if you don't get paid Saturday? I thought it was only once a month, though. Have we started a new month? Has May came in and I missed it? Because tomorrow's April 14th. So people are getting paid tomorrow and Saturday on the 14th and 15th? How did we go from once a month within a matter of a week to now you'll be getting money this upcoming Saturday, because last week was still the 8th. So were all the payments, obviously nobody got paid. That's what it is. Obviously no one got paid. No one got paid last week. Because if they give you from the 1st, the 5th to request your money, which is other people's money, and then they're paying you out once per month, is it on the 6th that those alleged payments go out? At what date do they have to pay out everybody in this scam other people's money? If the last day to request a payment is the 5th, so what are you going to do? Have all the payments sent out of other people's money by the 7th? By the 8th of the month? Is that a standard for each month? Because obviously no one got paid last week. No one got paid last week. And if tomorrow's date is the 14th, so a week ago was the 7th. So obviously no one got anything last weekend. And they're saying, okay, we fixed it. We're going to pay you guys this weekend. And it'll be what you missed from last week getting paid with other people's money. And then what you're supposed to get this week from other people's money. Because that's the only way they're earning money here. It's a scam. There's no trading. So you basically get a percentage of other people's money. It's stealing. It's thievery. But anyway, so I said that. I said that when I reacted to the last video. Obviously, no one got anything. Because now they're saying everybody's going to get this extra money or whatever this upcoming Saturday. But if no one got anything last week because of a $25 glitch, how all of a sudden within a week you can give everybody not only money they were supposed to get last week of other people's money, now you added in an extra week of money on top of that. How are you going to financially do that?
So, I was hoping, and I continue to hope because I'm an optimistic person, so I continue to hope.
You don't have a choice.
That, Novatech will get their stuff together, and, but it just gets harder and harder to say that. Right? Because it's like you're showing me.
It's been easy for me for day one. Pyramid scheme.
You're showing me over and over again that your company is incompetent.
The company's a scam.
That's what I'm seeing. Right?
It's a scam.
Now, I know some people think it's a big scam and it's a big Ponzi scheme and all this and that and the other thing. Whatever, man. You don't know.
I do know. Because the courts know.
Here's something for you.
I do know because the court documents said so. I don't even have to look that up. The court said it for me. 2 different courts said that it's a scam. The state of California, the federal court from there, and the cease order from Canada. 2 different courts have already deemed this to be a scam. And they're telling this scam company, this scam crap, Novatech, to cease and desist all activities. And none of you will be bold enough to tell those judges, whatever, you don't know. Go tell a judge that. I dare you. Please record it if you do. God, I want to see that response.
It's a scam. Hey, it's all a scam. Everything's a Ponzi scheme. Run for the hills. Nobody's safe. It's all a scam. Everybody's out to get ya. Right? Everybody's out to get ya. We're all out to scam you. Yeah, that's what we're about. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
It's one big scam, right?
He knows it is. He knows that.
Not
Oh Lord, he
I
giving
think
us
what
the
it is,
wop
guys,
wop.
There's just obviously a lot of incompetence going on. You try to fix one problem and you create two more problems.
Because
right?
it's
So
a scam.
what has to be done? I mean, I've said it over and over again. Do I need to say it again?
Yes,
Well,
it's
you have to
scam.
hire some staff. You have to get a support system that actually works so that when people write a support ticket, you have somebody there who can answer that support ticket intelligently. You got to get some tech support. You have to fix your website.
They don't have
Your
liquidity to do
website
that.
is ridiculously slow, and there's no reason for it.
It's a fake
right there.
website.
I mean, we are in 2023, and you got a website that looks like it's functioning on AOL dial-up.
It's fake.
1999
It's
internet.
fake.
What are you doing?
It's fake.
Right? So you got to get some support. You got to get some tech support. Fix your
They don't
website.
have money.
Fix your support issues.
No money.
And then, guys, if you're going to say you're going to do something, then you got to do it. So if you say, hey,
They don't
you
have
guys
any
are going to be able to get your bonus account withdrawals on Monday, then guess what? People ought to be able to get them on Monday. And if you can't do that, you shouldn't
no
say
money.
it.
There's no money.
Right? For starters.
There's no
Right?
money. They have no money.
So it seems like they're just everything that we counted on before is just
Lord.
it's like the explosion has happened,
No, it's
right? The thing
trash.
is blown up, it's on fire, and it's burning down, and we're all sitting here kind of watching it, hoping that they can get that fire put out, right? Hoping that
no.
there's enough people with the hose to put the fire out, and then hopefully build
You
something
need
back
enough
up,
money to put fire out.
right? I know a lot of people still have a lot of money in Novatech, right? And those people, obviously, they're not going to be happy.
They're not
Even
gonna
if
be
they
anything
act
else.
like everything's fine, no problem, I guarantee you, when they're laying down on their bed at night, they're thinking, man, do I have this? Or do I just have this?
One penny hitting the table, Lord.
Drop me a comment and let me know where you guys are at. Let me know what
Woo,
you think.
Lord.
Always, guys,
Damn.
remember, never invest anything in any platform that you can't afford to lose. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for my trading course that I am going to be launching soon. I'm working on a trading course
It better
where I
be a
teach you my
legitimate
personal
trading
trading
course with the
strategy.
stocks.
It's achievable, attainable, sustainable, and it's how I
Not with
am
the
able to
stupid
make
crypto.
more than I ever made before. So stay tuned for that, guys. This has been an update on Novatech, okay?
Y'all know that's Vaughn. His name is Vaughn. Oh Lord. Let me tell you guys something right now. First of all, I laughed just like this morning. My kids even laughed. And my oldest son said, Mom, does he not know those people are going to jail? I said, I don't think he does. My 14-year-old knows that. These petty-out people going to prison. What is wrong with you all? I personally have sent tweets to the president myself when he visited Justin Trudeau in Canada and said, hey, you're going to even try to work out this Novatech scam issue because we have a federal court sending them a cease and desist. The OSC sent them a cease and desist. When is the SEC going to go in and kick some darn doors down? That's what we're waiting for. But do not think that this SEC investigation is going away. It is not. It is a very real thing. You have people and agencies and companies working with the SEC, providing information, providing intel, providing evidence and documentation on Novatech because it's a scam. Bottom line, it's a scam. Wah, wah, wah. It's a scam. And I don't need to go out of my way to try to prove that. Like, I could just show you the cease orders. Legitimate companies with legitimate investments do not get cease and desist orders. I left that comment on his video. I dare you to go to the courts and tell them you don't know. You don't know if these cease and desist orders were warranted. You're not in it. I dare you go tell those federal judges that signed those cease orders that take y'all behind to them courthouses and go tell them that if you want to, lock y'all dumbasses up. I hope to God that when the SEC finally is ready to pursue charges with these stupid petty odds, boy, they better kick that door down. And don't miss a minute of recording that. They need to be live stream that bad boy. This is the problem that I know people are having is, when you're trying to pull in the concept of being optimistic and keeping hope alive, and you're mixing that in with anxiety and frustration. I think the bigger reason as to why he wants this to keep going is because he signed people up into this scam. And any human being with a conscience and with a soul that has brought other people into this scam would feel so bad and so guilty about it. And it's understandable to be frustrated over that. It's understandable to have anxiety. It's understandable to feel, this anguish and wanting it to work out so bad, because it's not necessarily you wanting to get all this money that you didn't earn through any legitimate means. You're basically getting a percentage of other people's money, and that's it. There's no trading. The platform is fake. The website is fake. That's why it looks like that. That's why it is the way it is. It's old. It's fake. It's not real. They don't care about maintaining something like that because it's nothing more than a PowerPoint presentation with a URL. It is fake. The data you think you're seeing is not connected to any real server. No real data is coming in because there's no real trading. It's fake. That's why it looks like that. I said that in my last video. There's nothing legitimate about their website. They're not going to hire staff. They're not going to hire people that could come in and easily be a whistleblower. They don't want people to actually be able to see on the back end that this is actually a scam. That's why they've never hired. It's been 3 years. This scam has been going on 3-4 years. Guess what? They haven't gotten anybody in and hired any staff by now. They have no intentions on doing it, especially when they're getting cease orders, especially when they know that this investigation is closing in on them, and when they're not even able to give you all money on a steady basis. They're not going to think about hiring anybody if they don't have liquidity to do that. They're not going to fix their website. They're not going to fix anything with their IT issues when they don't have the money to do that. They can't even give you all the money that they falsely promised you all that they should have never even promised you in the first place. There's no money. So what you should want at this point, one, is to aid in the investigation of the SEC, with the SEC against Novatech. Two, you may have to bring all of the people that you brought in, your downlines, whatever you refer to them as, together to say, listen, all of us are affected by this scam. I am sorry I pulled you all into this. I'm sorry I tried to, I wanted all of us to be financially free and to live comfortable and to not, experience any hardship. And this ended up being nothing but a hardship because it's a scam. But here's what we can do. We can file a lawsuit and we can at least get the Pettyons deposed. It's only but so long they're going to be able to fight it. Do it before they try to file bankrupt, because they're going to try to find a way out of this. They've done it twice before. This is why you have to look at the history of these stupid owners. They've done this twice before with filing bankrupt to avoid trying to pay debt in the state of New York and in the state of Florida. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. If all they're doing is avoiding paying their own bills and creating debt everywhere they go and running nothing but Ponzi schemes and scams, from AWS mining now to Novatech, these are scams. It's one scam to another scam. Believe them. They are fraudsters. They're swindlers. They're hoodlums that are looking to grab a quick cash, a quick buck. And they don't care about leaving all of you in the dustbin. They are who they are. And they have shown you that time and time and time and time again. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. You can sit here and give me the wop, wop, wop all day because you'll never go to that federal judge's chambers that signed that cease order in California or in Canada and tell them that nonsense to their face. So, I literally, just at the end of the day, I laugh because I know that the cease orders are real legal documents that you can't make that up if you wanted to. You can't make that crap up if you wanted to. They would not have signed those cease and desist orders if it was not for the evidence to support the fraud. In case you all don't know, okay, in case you don't know what the terms fraud and scam mean, allow me to help you out. I'm going to look it up because I think people are confused by maybe it's the terminology or something that's throwing everybody off. Maybe that's what it is. All right. So the definition of scam is a dishonest scheme, a fraud. That's the definition of the term scam. It is basically to deceive and defraud. Okay? Scam is to deceive and defraud. All right. What's the definition of the term fraud? Let's see. My phone is going a little slow. A fraud is intentional deception to secure unfair or unlawful gain or to deprive a victim of a legal right. The reason why you see the term fraud in our judicial system, such as cease and desist orders, the term fraud in and of itself is an actual chargeable offense. Okay? So like wire fraud, securities fraud, tax fraud, bank fraud, those are chargeable offenses. So when you're reading a cease and desist order to Novatech for securities fraud, the securities fraud is the chargeable offense. But saying that they're scamming is saying, interchangeably saying that they are defrauding. Those terms are used interchangeably. The only difference is the term fraud is a chargeable offense. So that is the term you will see in legal court documents, in legal court filings, because that is the actual offense that they're being charged with, fraud. It comes with a fine, even jail time, depending on what type of fraud that it is. I just literally named like 4 off the top of my head. And then how long the fraud has occurred and how much was stolen or taken illegally in that fraud. The impact of that fraud. All of those things combined, and the intention. Was there an intent to defraud? All of those things combined can give the courts some idea of how long or what type of punishment you should bear, basically. What punishment to administer, and then how long, if you get prison time, should you go to prison? So, of course, the Pettons have been scamming and defrauding people for 3-4 years under Novatech. That's not including AWS mining. If you combine those two together, that's almost like 7 years of just defrauding and scamming. But just for Novatech, because they have 2 cease and desist court orders under Novatech, that's almost 4 years of this. There's no telling how much money they've stolen from people. That is something you could actually find out through discovery of material and through a deposition if you file a civil lawsuit against them. You're not getting any money. And somebody was dumb enough to leave a comment saying, well, if you file a lawsuit, nobody gets anything. That is the dumbest concept ever. You should read a book and not do anything with money at all. You're a moron. Because there's no money to give you. So saying you're not going to file a lawsuit in hopes that you would at least get something is counterintuitive. You're not going to get it. There's no money to give you. So you're being hopeful for something that's never going to happen. At the very least, if you file a civil lawsuit, you can get them deposed under oath, which means if they take their dumb ass into a courtroom, get on a stand, be sworn in, and tell a lie, they gonna go to jail just for that. Period. For lying under oath. That's a whole charge in and of itself. And then you can get discovery of their materials, of their financial statements and tax documents and the bankruptcy filings. You can literally get a 4-year request for. All of these things you could get through a civil lawsuit. Now, is there a chance that you're going to get your money back? It depends on what their assets look like. If they have money in offshore accounts, which they do, because most scammers do, then you might be able to get some of that money, and they have to pay it up, and then they give them a certain period of time to pay up the money based on the amount of the lawsuit, your legal and attorney fees, and all those other things. You might be able to get, they may have money sitting somewhere where they can cover your lawsuit. Most times people file a civil lawsuit, even if they win their case, they don't get any money because the government typically will come in and seize all of your assets if you're running a scam. And then it pushes these scammers, like Sam Bankman-Fried and Bernie Madoff and Charles Ponzi and the chick with Theranos. All of them, the first thing they do is file bankrupt because they're trying to tell the courts, I don't have the money to pay back all of these fines, all of these people that I stole money from. I don't have any money to give them. So they file bankrupt. Even though nobody should be using bankruptcy to try to keep them from just paying back their debts, that's what ultimately ends up happening. And then, of course, the scammers go to prison. They go to prison. So at the end of the day, if you do win your case, there's a chance you may not get any money, but you at least won the case. If anything happens where they do come across assets like some of these, scammers and, fraudsters, they go to prison and then they get book deals and all these interviews and merchandise. They end up making money from their crimes. So you can either get a gag order. You can put, not a gag order. You can get file a motion to have whatever assets they have from, let's say they go to prison and then they get a book deal, or they end up, being able to do an interview and a biopic, like a documentary series, and they get money from that. Well, you can have that included in your lawsuit, whatever potential money that they earned from this scam by giving interviews, doing books, doing documentaries and films, whatever, or whatever people send them. I want that. I want a percentage of that money. I want that money until whatever I'm awarded is paid off. So you could easily do that. So there are options. I would suggest you all call. I'm not an attorney. Good Lord, I'm not an attorney. I just read about these things. I watch documentaries about Ponzi schemes because in all I get some understanding. So these are the things that you just see in as far as, case law and precedents that's been set, meaning previous cases where these scams have fallen apart. These are some of the motions that people file other than civil lawsuits, where they include the right to any assets or any money or financial gains that this scammer has propositioned or, able to sign a book deal, get whatever money comes from that, pay me with that. They shouldn't be profiting off of their crimes. But if there's an opportunity and they try to do that, nope, give me that money. And more than likely, the courts will make sure that they don't profit from their crimes anyway. They'll put a hold on that. They'll put a gag on it. They'll be like, nope, do no book deal. You can't go to jail and then make money from that. You stole money from people. Don't think you're gonna get a dime, even if their relatives decide to do it. If they have like the dude that they did the documentary on, which was horrible because he was a murderer, but his dad wrote a book, and then the courts had to rule that no, you can't sit here and make money off of your son's crimes. He killed people. You don't get to do that. You don't get to write a book about it, even if you're talking about your experiences and make money from it. Now, you want to write a book and get it published and send out copies for free, that's on you. But what you will not do is make money off of your family members' crimes and they're sitting in prison for 9 to 10 lifetimes or something like that because of what they've done. No. So you can easily add that in your motion when you file a lawsuit, that if there's any potential financial gain or money to be earned from any of this crap with these people, whether it's the person and the perpetrators like the Pettyons or their family members or outside relatives that try to earn money from their crimes, no, put that in your lawsuit that you get that money, and make sure that the courts are aware you don't want them to earn money off of them stealing money from everybody else. You shouldn't be able to write a book and have that be a bestseller. Nope. No, you should not. You're in prison. That's what happens. So these are some of the options that you have. I think the only other option is all of you all that actually care about your downlines getting money back. You got family, friends, neighbors, people you go to church with that you brought into this scam. Okay? They're calling you. You're anxious. You're nervous. You're frustrated like he is. You don't know what else to do. You're concerned about, I might go outside and something might happen, get beat up, some slash tire, whatever. First things first, talk to these people you brought into this scam. Have something where you can sit everybody down and face them like a man or a grown woman and talk to them and tell them what's going on and tell them how you feel about this and what you would like to try to do. At least get it out there. Don't dodge calls or emails or text messages. All you're going to do is piss people off. Don't dodge them. Talk to them. Have something where you can bring these people together and be honest and upfront and open with them. None of you all are going to like it. Nobody likes the thought of losing money. And the people that you brought into this aren't going to be happy. But at least you're open and honest and direct and you're genuine about it. Okay, so that's first and foremost. Talk to these people. And then secondly, you guys come up with a plan on what you want to do next. Because waiting for Novatech to give you money is the dumbest solution ever. It's not going to happen. It's just not. And whatever you think you might get is nowhere near what you initially invested into it, depending on how much you put into this nonsense. You can file a class action lawsuit. Or you guys can try to get these Pettyons on a video call. And say, listen, I don't give a crap what you all promised to do or not do. For me and my people, if you signed up 10 people, y'all family members, friends, whatever, co-workers, friends at church, associates, it's 10, 12 of y'all come together, y'all get these Pettyons in a video call or a Zoom conference or something on the phone somehow and say flat out, listen, the 12 of us are going to file a class action lawsuit. The only other option that we're willing to accept is that each of these Pettyons go out and they get either a private loan or an equity loan or a business loan. Something that they and they alone will be responsible for, not creating another scam to try to pay for their loans. They can get a loan. They have assets and money sitting in offshore accounts. You all can literally pressure them into telling you all how much money they have put up, what the name of the bank is, all these other things, or you can file a lawsuit and get that information through discovery. Either way, you can tell them, this is what we're going to do. And we're giving you an opportunity to give us our money back of our initial investment. Go get a loan and get enough of a loan to cover our initial investment in this group. Pay us back, and then we're going to leave this alone, and then you're going to continue to live your life, and we're going to live ours. Those are options that you can do. The worst that can happen is they don't get on the phone, or they hang up, or they say no. But then the next step would be, okay, I'm going to sue your ass, and then keep living. But I've said this in my last video. The only way they're really going to be able to pay people back with some real liquidity, some real money, they will have to get some loans. Personal equity loans, business loans. All three of these idiots will have to go out and get some loans and get a bunch of money. And then it will be up to them to pay that back. It wouldn't be up to y'all. But I will get my money back, and then I will pull out this nonsense and leave them be. You owe them nothing. At that point, it shouldn't be, oh, let me explain. Well, if you guys pull out, it's going to hurt others. I don't care about other people. I just care about me and my 10 people. That's it. That's it. You don't care about us. You guys keep coming up with reasons why we can't get our money or whatever. Give us our initial investment back. Anything over that would be other people's money, literally. And then we're going to pull out of this crap. Good luck in prison. And that's the only option you got. We're not even making a threat here. We're giving you the option. That's it. Because that's the only way they're going to be able to give you all money back. They're going to have to get a lot of loans. Incur some real debt. But if they really care and if they really love you all, they will do whatever it takes to give you all y'all money back. Because they know they're going to prison. But, those investigations are not going away. It is a scam. Court documents prove it. I just literally gave you all the definition of fraud versus scam. Those two terms are basically the same. A scam is literally a fraud. And then fraud is a chargeable offense. When there's an intent to defraud, that's what I said in the last video. Once you prove the intent to defraud, you pretty much have sealed your case. That's it. You sealed your fate. And they've intended to defraud you all. And they've been doing that for almost 4 years. And you guys should be sick of it. I know he's frustrated with it, and I can tell. And it's not just because of him. He knows he signed people up for this, and many of you did, because that's the only way this scam works. You got to recruit people and bring in new money. But the problem is when that money doesn't come back down the pyramid, and it doesn't trickle back down to people through the so-called payouts, people start wanting all of their money back. And there's no money there to give you. Because new recruits aren't coming in like that. New money is not coming into this pyramid scheme. So the only way that you all are going to get your initial investment, you can sue them. Force the courts to, get the courts to force them to give up information about their offshore accounts and get the money out of there. Or they're going to have to get some loans, get some liquidity, and then give you all your money back that way. Maybe they have people that are willing to give them a bunch of money at one time, a couple million, to be able to give back money to people. But none of that is permanent. It's you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's how scams, that's how they operate. And he said that before himself. Like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Well, that's exactly what a Ponzi scam is. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. But they can literally go out, get loans, and then just pay Peter and Paul and not have to rob nobody but themselves. And then they're left to pay those debts, those loans back on their own terms. That's it. So I laughed at this. I thought it was funny. But I see the frustration, and I know people are concerned about that. And you're concerned not just for yourselves, but for the people you brought into this. It is embarrassing, to say the least. But you guys are going to have to, put on some boldness and some courage and talk to these people that you brought into this scam. Don't try to duck and hide from it. Don't sit here hoping things are... No, sometimes you got to force the hand of that to move in your favor. And it's not going to move by you sitting around just being silent and just hoping for the best. So, in all that, get some understanding, get some attorneys, get some legal advice, and file lawsuits, get these peons to go get some loans, pay you back, get your money back, and not a penny more than what you've invested. And give any other information you have over to the SEC so all this nonsense can come to an end even faster. But either way, it's still going to come to an end. You guys continue to stay safe, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and until the next video.